idea again from Rav Dessler. It says, we wanted to say, what does Hanukkah teach us? Rav Dessler brings a very important idea from the Ramchal, that us Jewish, for us, our holidays are not like the July 4th, Lahavdil Elfei Avdalot. We just don't commemorate history. Every Jewish holiday, without it, we can't exist, because it injects us with a spiritual vitamin that even in the darkest places that we see right now, there's, out of all the holidays, probably Hanukkah is the most relevant to us, because the same way during Hanukkah, a lot of the Jews had become what? Mityavenim. In Farsi, we have a saying, as must, kebar must. It was the Jewish leaders, the Kohanim, had by mistake wanted to become the king. King should be with who? Yehuda. And the Kohanim had invited Antiochus to interfere, because they believed, like the Reformed Jews, like the Reformed, deformed Jews, that the Torah should be watered down. So Rav Dessler here just says a beautiful thing. He says that the Kohanim sacrificed their lives. 4 out of the 5 sons of Mattatyahu passed away, right, Mr. Agalar? Yes. So we know that I saw a statistic. It said 14,000 Jews died in the war against the Yevanim. And it took many, many years. It just wasn't overnight, like a 6-day war. So it was 50 years. So this war is a fascinating thing. A lot of people don't know. It took 50 years for the Maccabees to conquer. But Rav Dessler says Hanukkah teaches us that the light of Torah, the Hanukkah, it's brought down in the holy books, is the most Ba'al Peh. What we're celebrating in Hanukkah is the power of the rabbis. Because Hanukkah doesn't even have a Masechta in the Talmud, right? But yet when we light the menorah, what do we say? Asher Kedishanu b'mitzotav v'tzivanu la'adlik ner Hanukkah. Yani it's such an oral tradition, which it doesn't even have a book. It doesn't have a Masechta. We have Masechta Megillah, but we don't have Masechta Hanukkah. There's no Talmudic origin for it either. But it shows us that the inner light of the Torah could never be corrupted. Which means, even if many Jews themselves want to corrupt the Torah, like now we see, unfortunately, a lot of Jews are unaffiliated or they're not observant. But even in the darkest times of our history, God is willing to do a miracle for us. And just like the Greeks weren't able to destroy us, the KGB, the Gestapo, anybody, the main thing is, the fascinating thing about Hanukkah is they didn't want to destroy our body, like Haman, They said, as long as you don't do Brit Milah, you don't keep Shabbat, you don't learn Torah, and you don't celebrate Rosh Chodesh, like tonight, we love you. But they wanted to destroy our neshama, not our body. Haman wanted to destroy our body, they wanted to destroy our neshama. That's why it could be, I was thinking, what's more important? Our neshama. Our neshama is lenetzach, is la'adol ne'olamim. That's why Purim is only one day, but Hanukkah is a more happier and bigger celebration. And that light of the menorah is symbolic of the light of the Torah. And which Torah? The oral Torah. Because you should know, the Christians also, they know the written Bible better than us. I mean, they put me to shame. They know Tanakh, they know a lot of the scripture. But if you don't have the oral Torah, which is the deeper meaning, the Kabbalah, the Zohar, the oral Torah, then the written Torah, you could play with it like you want. The Karaim, which were an ancient version of Reformed Judaism, they rejected the oral Torah. Do they exist today? No. Hanukkah is teaching us that Without the oral Torah, not only the written Torah, we're in darkness. And the Maccabees were the one that said that we have to learn. That I heard something beautiful from Rabbi Matasyahu Solomon. The Tur brings it. Every day we say in Uvalet Zion, Baruch Elokeinu shebaranu lichvodo v'hivdilanu min hatoim v'natan lanu Torah tamet v'chaye olam nata betochenu. It says God has planted within us an eternal Torah. What does it mean, v'chaye olam nata betochenu? The eternal Torah is the oral Torah, the Talmudic Torah, the Halakhic Torah, the Torah that has rabbis. That's why any community that doesn't have a rabbi, any community that doesn't study the Talmud, any community that doesn't have that relationship like the Maccabees fought for. The Greeks were okay if we would just keep the written Torah. What they wanted to destroy was the rabbinate's power. That's why Rosh Chodesh is... Who determines the holidays? From Rosh Chodesh. Who determines Rosh Chodesh? The Sanhedrin, the Supreme Court. That's what they wanted to destroy. That's why every day when you pray, you have to remember, V'chaye olam nata betochenu. When God implanted in us eternal Torah, that's talking about which Torah? The oral Torah. That's why we're so lucky that we have great Chachamim to learn from. But those people that don't realize this fact and think they could get away, the Torah has no shortcuts. God bless my father's soul. He would always tell me, in life there's no shortcut. No pain, no gain. And that's what it means over here in Hanukkah. That we have to be totally devoted to the halachic Torah. And just like the same way, the Jews that listened to Mordechai, and the Jews that listened to Matatyahu, their leaders, they were the ones that were able to exist. The other Jews that don't listen to the Gedolim, the Torah leaders of their generation, they don't exist. So Hashem, the light is within the oral Torah, that we should embrace it. And really it should be implanted in us and our children and our children's children. V'chaye olam nata b'tochenu is the true light of Torah. Amen. Chodesh Tov.